Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to another video. And those of you who are new to this channel, so welcome to Quick Fix Denticos, where my main goal is to help dentists make their careers abroad. Now, I've already made some videos about how to work as a dentist in Canada, UK, UAE, Australia, and now we're starting the series for Ireland. So if you're planning to move abroad and still confused where to move, you can watch my videos. It will definitely help you make a decision. Now, in this video, we're talking that how can an international dentist work in Ireland, and this is the first video about working in Ireland. And in this video, I'll be giving you info from these two articles by Irish Dental Association. One is in the form of a booklet, and one is this one, where all the details for the registration are available. So make sure you watch this video till the end so that you don't miss out any point. Now, let's start the video. For now, we're talking about the Dental Council registration. So they have made it different for all, like the dentist who graduated from a university in Ireland, the procedure for them is different. Now, the second one is dentist who qualified from a member state of European Economic Area. And then we'll move down. Okay, so dentists covered by the mutual recognition agreement with Canada, but we are talking about an international dentist, that's the dentist with qualification from other countries. Now, graduates from universities outside the EEA and Canada must sit and pass a dental council examination in order to be eligible for registration. In the first instance, you should submit to the dental council a transcript of your training and qualifications for assessment. And then if you are deemed by the council to have followed an acceptable course of study and have indicated a competency to communicate in the English language, you will be permitted to present for the examination. Now, applications for entry of the examination must be submitted between September and November each year. Only candidates who have submitted completed applications and paid the fee by the closing date will be considered for acceptance to sit in the examination. Now, the list of documents that you have to send them, this applicants must submit a fully completed application form, which I'll just show you in a while, the application form, a fee of 1,500 euros for first-time registrants and 750 euro for repeat candidates, 2 passport size photographs with the candidate's name and signature on the reverse, a certified copy of diploma degrees and a certified translated copy if not in English, a certified copy of academic transcript and a certified translated copy if not in English, evidence of having been engaged in the lawful practice of dentistry for a period of 3 consecutive years in the previous 5 years, and then an original certificate of good standing and a certified translated copy, if not in English, from the registration board in the jurisdiction the applicant last practiced dentistry. That is, the council or the association that provided you the degree, they will provide you with an original certificate of good standing. Here, one of the following is evidence of proficiency in the English language and must be dated less than 2 years prior to the dental council application date. Okay, so this test for English language is only for those who have completed their degree in their native language, not in English. But if you have completed your studies, the whole of your BDS and your exams in English, so this test is then not required for you. You can provide them with the evidence that whole of your study syllabus and the exams were in English, and that's enough. But for those who have not done the studies and the exams in English, they have to provide these proof of English tests. So for IELTS, you can see 7 or higher, TOEFL paper-based 600 or higher, TOEFL internet-based 100 or higher, or TOEFL computer-based 250 or higher. And candidates should also provide proof if their dentistry degree was obtained through English, as in these circumstances, a language test may not be required, the point that I just told you right now. Now, talking about the exams, there are 2 parts of the examination, and a candidate must pass part 1, applied clinical science, before they can proceed to part 2, that is the clinical dentistry, theory and practice. Now, we will be talking about the examination details in detail in our upcoming videos, or I'll see if I can compile that section in this video only. And so now about the exam. Now, exemptions. Now, the Irish Dental Council may give you an exemption from the part 1 examination, but this decision will solely be taken by the members of Dental Council, and you cannot do anything about that. So if they decide to give you the exemption, so okay. Other than that, you will have to give the exams otherwise. Now, for temporary registration, now there are 2 kinds of registration in Ireland. We'll talk about that from this article because this article is about the registration information for dentists. As you can see here, now we'll talk about the full registration. So there are two types of registration. One is full registration and one is temporary registration. So here you can see to apply for full registration, you must fall under one of the following categories. Now, number 1, number 2, and number 3 are not of our interest because they are talking about the individuals who have graduated from a university in Ireland or within the European Union. But we are talking about an international dentist. So this is the point of our interest, that you are a graduate who obtained your dental degree diploma outside of the European Union, but you have gained recognition of your qualification in accordance with Article 2 of the directive in a member state, and in addition have practiced the profession in that member state for 3 years in the preceding 5 years in accordance with Article 3 of the directive. Please contact the registration department as you will be entitled to assessment as set out in the professional qualification directives. Now, to give you some more detail, I found out this point. Now, here you can see I've already highlighted that point. An application for registration under the provision of Section 27(2)(d), which I've already read down, it just talks about the full registration of dentists of the Act, should in the first instance submit to the council a transcript of his/her training and qualifications for assessment, which we just talked about, that you have to submit your documents, and I told you the whole of the list which you have to provide for assessment. Now, any person who, as a result of this assessment, has been deemed to have followed an acceptable course of study and has indicated to the council his/her competency to communicate in the English language, will normally be permitted to present for the examination. Now, once your assessment is done and you have proved that you are competent to communicate in English language, you will be permitted to sit in the exam. Now, an acceptable course of study in this context would be equivalent to that laid down in the dental directives for at least a full 5-year full-time course of theoretical and practical instruction given in a university or similar education institution with training to provide the dentist with the skill necessary for carrying out all the activities involving the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of anomalies and diseases of the teeth, jaws, and associated tissues. So, according to this point, if you are falling under this category, so you have a chance to obtain a full registration. But for some people who are not falling under this category, so you will have to go for the temporary registration, which is only available for persons who are not eligible for full registrations. But we are talking about the international dentist, and we have seen that what is the requirement for full registration. So we are falling under that category. So now moving towards, but I'll still read out it for you, that the temporary registration you hold a dental qualification obtained after completing an acceptable undergraduate dental course, having gained a position under the supervision of an approved consultant in a full-time clinical position in an approved institution, a position on a dental council approved clinical postgraduate program, or a full-time research position in an Irish dental hospital. And number 3, complete the temporary registration form. Okay, so now moving towards the application details. Now, important information for applicant is that the procedure might take up to 3 months. Okay, and then they will tell you. And now the method for full registration. So number 1 is for the graduates of Ireland. Number 2 is dental qualified from the EU member state. And then we will move toward the dentist for assessment because we first have to apply for the assessment. So, okay, to apply, please submit by post to the address above all the information listed in the below checklist. So here is our checklist. Here is our checklist for assessment. Okay, so number 1, you have to submit the application form. So here is the application form, which I just told you that we'll talk about. So now talking about the checklist, we have the application form. Number 2, you have to provide your identification by giving a photocopy of your passport and then signature. These are all the details which I just told you in that booklet form. That is, you have to provide your photocopy of your passport and then signature on the back side, and then detailed work history, your language proficiency, your primary qualification, your confirmatory letter, which will be provided to you by the competent authority which gives you the degree, your degree. So they will provide you the confirmatory letter. and then transcript of your primary qualification, course syllabus, and further education and training, certificate of registration, letter, certificate of good standing or current professional status. You have to give the translations if your information is not in English, so you have to provide the registration, translation, sorry, and then the registration fees. Now here is the form that you have to fill. Now I'll provide all the details, all the links in the description, so you can have a look yourself also. And since they said the application form should be submitted in September and November, so you already know the September is going on, so you may apply right now also. So here is the application form, which you can download very easily. You can find it on the website. I'll also provide the link in the description, so you can look after these, your registration detail. What registration are you applying for? So this is a very detailed 8-page form. Then your registration details, your name, your surname, your citizenship, address for inclusion in the register. Then there is your primary qualification, title of your qualification and all. You have to provide your primary qualification in this area. Your internship, did you completed your internship as part of your qualification? And then your work history. So you have to provide the address, name of practice, country, start days, finish days, details of your duties. And you can see they have provided a huge space for if in case you have worked in different places, so you can fill the form, fill all the information in. Then after that, you have your registration history. And at any time during your career, if you had to register with a competent authority to practice your profession, you must list it here. So they're talking about the competent authority organization. Here you can see is an organization that you are required to register with in order to practice your profession in a particular jurisdiction. For example, the Dental Council of Ireland is the competent authority of the dental profession in the Republic of Ireland. Now, the one you are registered with who will provide you with the degree, so you have to fill in the details over here. Now, again, they have provided a lot of space for that also. Now, declaration, I declare that the foregoing particulars are true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. You have to sign your date, and then you can submit this form to the mentioned address, which you can find here. You have to send those details to this address. And now we have talked about the full registration. Now, for temporary registration, if you have gained a grant, if you have granted a position under the supervision of an approved consultant in an approved setting, please submit by post to the address above. So in case you have a consultant, so you will have to give these application, the complete application form, a photocopy of your passport, almost the same list which was for the full registration. Here you can see application form, identification, primary qualification, letter, certificate of good standing or current professional status, language proficiency, translation, and the registration fee. And here is the form for application, temporary registration, which you can again have a look. I'll provide this link also in the description. It's almost the same like for the full registration one. Now, reviewing your temporary registration, you must apply at least 2 months in advance if you require an extension to your temporary registration. And okay, this is for temporary registration one. So this brings us to the end of this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And guys, it takes a lot of effort to gather all the information and make a video. So please subscribe to my channel, as it is only the token of appreciation you can give me. So I request you to subscribe to my channel. Also, I'll be coming up with more interesting videos talking about the part 1 and part 2 examination in detail, and telling you the study resources and the subjects and the questions they will be asking you. And also we will talk about the job opportunities for an international dentist in Ireland. So you can also work in a public practice, private practice, and even you can work as a in the university faculties. You can teach there, you can work as a demonstrator or a professor. So make sure you watch the upcoming videos and make sure you don't miss those videos, and for that you will have to subscribe to my channel. Now, if you have any questions, any confusion, so you can drop them in the comment section. You can even tell me that what video you want to see next. You can write that in the comment section and I'll make a video about that, and I'll try to reply to you as soon as possible. And also, guys, I have made my Instagram page. So if you want to know more about me and the updates on the videos, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll provide the link to my page in the description. So make sure you check it out and follow me on Instagram. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.